What is up, super fam? I am Sensei Finito, and this is Battery CEO. Welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture.
Yes, and on today's pop culture news update, we have multiple Marvel movies, Marvel news, and other things to look at in terms of our first look at Transformers and our first poster for Star Wars, Boba Fett, and much more.
That's right, yo.
But before we get into all that, though, please make sure to follow us on all of our social media at Marvel Bros 23 on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and our YouTube channel. Post all of our content, much more.
Yes, and you can also check out our video right now on our website at www.marvelbros.com, where you can also purchase merchandise or join our Discord so you can, keep up to date with all of our discussions and much, much more.
Oh yes. But with that said, man, what do we got first on the docket?
All right, man. Coming in first up, we are looking at our first look at Timothy
I'm not even.
Chalamet in Wonka.
Yes.
So I remember we first talked about this. It's
Mhm.
been a little while since we've
Yeah, it's been a while.
since this has been up on the radar, so to
Mhm.
speak.
And I think this is a musical
Yeah, that's something that
rendition.
I'm pretty sure we saw later on as well. We were like,
Mhm.
wait, a musical? What's going on
Yeah.
here?
So this is a prequel to the original movie we got, um, and it's a musical.
Hmm.
But I think it looks pretty cool. I like the vibe. I'm uh, like it's not super bright and poppy. Like
Yeah,
I don't want to say the last one was not dark and poppy, but it was very different in that it was dark, but it utilized really nice, a lot of
color, like a
colors.
good color scheme. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm liking this vibe. Um,
D- Yeah, the vibe of this is definitely you like he looks like a young Wonka to me.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Like when
No,
I
it
look
does.
at him. And it gives me kind of like combinate like you're saying as well, like what you just said. But I feel like this is a good blend of the last Willy Wonka that we got and then the one right before that,
Mhm.
like the one that's the really old one. Like
Yeah.
it kind of seems like it's blending both of those in a way to like give us, this kind of backstory
Yeah.
of this Wonka that we know and love. Because I know people didn't like Johnny Depp's rendition of him that much, and then I know
Yeah.
a lot of people did like the rendition that Johnny Depp did. So
Mhm.
it's kind of one of those give and take areas. But overall, I think it looks really good. I don't know if I'm gonna be checking this one out just because it's a musical
Yeah.
and
I'm not.
like I know they sang in the last one, but only the Oompa Loompas sang. Like it
Mhm.
wasn't a full on.
Do you think they're gonna? Because like in the first one, we kind of hear a little bit about his past, and then the newest version with Johnny
Mhm.
Depp, we get a pretty in depth feeling to like what his life was like growing up and getting to how he got. Do you think we're going to see that very similar story? Do you think we're going to see a different story completely with this one?
I think we're gonna see like kind of like that similar story. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I don't think this is gonna be like I don't want to say a complete no, yeah, this isn't gonna be like a completely new telling or anything.
Mhm.
But like to me, that's not what I think. I'm just
Yeah.
pretty sure that we're just getting a little bit more character depth
Yeah.
into who Wonka is
Okay.
before the chocolate factory. Maybe we
Mhm.
see how he gets the chocolate factory
Yeah.
even. Um, But once again, I'm not sure how I'm going to be
Mhm.
checking this one out. Are you going to be checking this one out, man? I think this is the
This
Netflix original as well,
is
right?
it a
Or
Netflix
is it
original?
not?
I think it
Is this
is a
not the
Netflix, huh?
Netflix one? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure this is the Netflix original.
Let's
Because I
a
remember that's when we
lot, man.
initially thought that it was going to be just a regular one.
Uh, I'm not even sure. It might be different.
Because this is a series, isn't it?
Is it a
I
show?
don't think this. I don't think this is a movie, is it?
Charlie and Chocolate Fire Netflix TV series.
So is this different from that?
I'm not sure because I'm not seeing anything.
Something that I see right here says Timothy Chalamet will star in Wonka as the iconic inventor and
Mhm.
chocolate. Oh no, never mind. That's just saying what we already know. I thought that was saying something that we didn't know.
Taikiti, Tai, Tai,
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi
Mhm.
is going to be directing them, I believe,
Okay, yeah. So this is the
for the
Netflix ones.
Netflix ones. I think. Uh,
Wait,
oh,
so this is
he's doing two. So one's going to be based off the characters of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Well, two is going to focus an original take on the Oompa Loompas that building out their world. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's actually a
mm,
really cool, cool little thing. But I'm not seeing anything about Timothy's character being introduced at all. Um,
okay.
so they might be
So
together. They might not. I'm not too
yeah,
sure.
I didn't know that we were getting this many Wonka
Yeah,
series or Wonka things at one time. But
Netflix bought
uh
like the studio's catalog, who owned
oh,
the rights to Willy Wonka, and so that's why I think that's why we're getting the stuff through Netflix. But Wonka, I'm not sure. I feel like it's a bigger. I don't know, and it might be too early because I really like. No, there's not a whole lot of information
yeah.
out per se. So,
Like this is the like we were saying, this is the first thing we've heard about this series in a
hmm
while since we knew it was being created.
hmm yep,
Other than it being a musical, that's the
hmm
last thing that we really heard about this. And then the next thing we heard
hmm
heard is Timothy being cast, and then now we get to see him. So
yep,
it looks good to me, though. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
We'll just have to wait and see what happens.
hmm
Because again, I'm loving the vibe, and it feels like it's going to be very. They're going to do a good job at setting the right setting in terms of like
mm,
the age that he is and like the time period. Looks like they're playing it really well.
yeah,
So, but again, we'll have to wait and see how it turns
what's
out.
really going on?
But with that said, moving right along to our second item on the docket. This one's pretty huge. This is someone we've talked about before, possibly happening. Rumor: Studios is currently developing a new series starring Monica Rambeau. Bro,
Yes,
bro,
sir.
I'm not
I think
surprised this happened either.
I think this is going to be one of the better shows on Disney Plus, along with Secret Invasion. I think
Mhm.
that's gonna be, or is it Secret Wars? No, it's Secret Wars that they
Secret
have
Invasion.
on Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion. Okay, Secret Invasion. Like I think those are gonna be really good. But this Monica Rambeau series, if this is true, this is a rumor. But
Mhm.
if this is true, this series will definitely be one of the best ones because it's
Mhm.
going to have a powerhouse as the main character, so to
Yeah.
speak, like a real powerhouse. Like She-Hulk is definitely a powerhouse as well, but on the level of like Captain Marvel and like the
Mhm.
Sentry and people like that, like we don't
Yeah.
get we really haven't had anything other than Captain Marvel. So for
Mhm.
Monica Rambeau to have her own show, we get to see her probably get a lot more of her powers. And I'm not sure when this comes out, but this might be like we might see the events that happen in the movie The Marvels,
Yeah.
kind of create the foundation of what this show will kind of be built off of, so to speak.
Yeah. I'm thinking if this is real, uh,
Hmm.
I think the way they'll probably go about doing it, if not even after, I think they're going to release it before the Marvels comes out, uh, or a
Mm.
little bit after, because that seems like that's kind of like what they did with like What If and
Oh
Loki. Like
yeah.
Loki came out, and then all of a sudden, What If was right there. Uh,
Hmm.
and so I think that's kind of what they're going to be doing. But I'm excited to see how this is going in, because I really want to know what they're going to do with her character. What role is her character going to be in the bigger scheme of things? I definitely
Yeah.
want to know why she's like maybe in a tough spot with Captain Marvel. I kind of want to know what's going on with that.
We definitely got to know why she's feeling that
Yeah.
way. And I believe that our running theory on that was that Captain Marvel is the one that gave her mom the cancer that she had,
hmm
and that we found out in WandaVision.
Yeah.
So we're pretty sure that whatever interaction that she was doing with Captain Marvel may have caused her to, uh, receive some type of radiation or something, and
Yeah.
then maybe that's where that resentment lies from, or maybe just because Captain Marvel wasn't there while her mom was dying. She was off saving the world instead
hmm
of her friend. There's countless things that it could be.
hmm
What is
And
up, Samurai.
Yo,
Love to see
how's
you
it
in the
going?
chat, my boy. How was your
And
Sunday?
maybe we could even see how, like, a little explanation as to why she got powers in the first place. Because One Division
Yeah,
didn't really go into like a why she got powers, but they just knew that something was going on with her body. So hopefully
yeah.
we can get an explanation as to what was happening. Or maybe do you think the show would start with her like full blown, like, okay, I know I can do, I know why. I
Oh,
know
I think the
everything.
next time we see her, she's gonna be like a full blown superhero.
Yeah.
Like I think she's gonna be like a full blown superhero.
Mm.
And if not, then the next time we see her is going to be where she left off from
One Division.
WandaVision on the ship or whatever was going on. I think she
Yeah.
was getting called by Fury, but I
Yeah.
don't think it
To go
was
meet up with
ever.
Fury.
Was that confirmed that it was Fury that she was going to talk to, or
Oh,
did she
it was
just say that
Talos.
someone
I'm
wants to?
sorry. Or, but I think she said someone, the big man, wants to talk to
The
you.
big man, yeah, the guy upstairs wants to talk to you or
Yeah,
something like
and that
that.
was
Yeah, so we all just assumed that it was Fury because
yeah.
Fury's on the spaceship and he's
Hmm.
upstairs. So but I'm hoping that we get to see either we start there from her or it's like, oh, she's already been on the sword base and she
Hmm.
knows about all the stuff that's going on fully. um and maybe she's even on some type of team, that we
Yeah.
could see already be established that she's even the head of or something like that.
Hmm. Yeah. That'd be really cool, man. There's a
uh
lot of excitement coming with that show, if it's
oh
if it's
yeah.
happening.
Oh, Samurai, we're gonna get to that later on in the show, so definitely stay tuned.
but uh, but yeah, man. But we have some other possible rumors going
Oh
on
yeah.
up next, don't we?
We got a slew of Marvel stuff coming to us today. I feel like, man. So the next rumor that we have is a pretty big rumor, and I know we've been talking about this for a while now. Supposedly, Sony and
Supposedly.
Marvel Studios are collaborating to bring Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Tom Hardy together for an ultimate clash against Null. So we're
Yes.
talking big in-game level event, but a Spider-Man only type of
Yeah.
thing, and for only Spider-Man characters. I think that would be amazing. How you feeling about that, bro?
I would be very excited to see this. The only issue I have is because the post that said this made it seem like this is what's happening in Spider-Man No Way Home. But I don't know if that's the
Mm,
case or if this is going to happen down the line after. But with that said, the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer didn't give me these vibes going in. You know what I
I
mean?
need to read Null. I gotta see what's going on.
He's the king of symbiotes, so he's a
Yeah,
pretty.
yeah, but it's
So,
like, why would that have anything to do with this movie? I
but
think that would be a great movie to follow up on
hmm,
after we see what's going on in No Way Home.
I think so as
Like
well.
use No Way Home to like have everybody get introduced to each other, have them
Hmm.
fight whatever big bad and whatever's going on there, and then from that, then they move on to Peter going back to the Sony universe, and then they fight Noel or something
Hmm.
along the lines of that. Okay, so Noel, his
Okay.
first appearance was in Venom number 3 in 2018.
Okay.
His real name is Noel.
I have that issue.
He lives.
I have issues
Oh,
from all that run.
nice. Uh, he's from Clintar. Uh, his eyes are black and red. So his abilities are he's a divine being with almighty strength, healing powers, and immortality, with the ability to shapeshift and create and control symbiotes.
Hmm.
Okay. An evil entity predating the universe, Null is the creator of symbiotes such as Venom. He abhors light and killed a celestial when they first appeared. Sent into darkness, he forged a blade, the first symbiote, and used it to wage war. Struck down and his sword taken by Gore the God Butcher. Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. He found he could command an army of symbiotes. When Thor attacked, the link with his symbiotes was broken, they rebelled and made an artificial planet named Clintar, meaning cage, to be his prison. Actions by S.H.I.E.L.D. meant Noel was nearly released again, only to be stopped by Venom.
Yeah.
Yo, so maybe that is a little accurate, man, because
I don't know how
we
it's
know
gonna
we're
play out,
seeing
man.
Gore the God Butcher, and that was one of the things that I brought up when we were talking about Gore the God Butcher was that his blade is directly connected to Null. So it's like, is that going to be something that is in the MCU? Are we going to see that? And then now for this announcement that we just had right now, I mean, yo, it seems like they're giving us all the things that we need to get to
Hmm.
where we need to go anyway, you know?
Yeah. And the way I look at it is too. Look at this. This is my theory in terms of why I think this might be actually happening. The
Okay.
way that we've been getting the advertisements for this movie, the way uh and uh Andrew Garfield's
Mm.
Spider-Man kind of gave us the idea of the Sinister Six, and I think for a lot of people, they believe the Sinister Six is what's going to be happening, right? And
Okay.
even through the trailer, we can see, okay, we have all these characters coming in.
Yeah.
Um, it's got to be the Sinister Six, right? But maybe it's just a ploy. Obviously, we have the Sinister Six there, but maybe they're not the real threats. Maybe Noel is. I don't know. Maybe what if Noel is taking?
Reverse Spider-Man.
Yeah, like what if Noel is taking their appearances? Like some wild twist. Like that's something to think about. I don't know.
Oh, I
That
see
could be
what you're
that could be
saying,
something to
man.
think about.
Yeah. And maybe he's the sixth
Oh
big
yeah.
bad, so to speak, in the Sinister Six,
Hmm.
because that's what we've been kind of been saying is like who is going to be that one person too. And I don't know if it was you, Samurai, or if it was Tristan,
Tristan.
but I think somebody had said something about uh damn, I lost my whole train of thought just now. Someone said something about this though, that what we're talking about right now. I can't even remember. That there was going to be a multiverse Sinister Six, and then later on there would be an
Yeah.
actual Sinister Six movie
Yep.
from like that didn't pertain to all the multiverse characters coming together. So if that's true, this could be on the back of that statement as well.
Yeah. But either way, I'm excited, and I just look forward to see what's happening. Maybe in
Samurai
another
said, "My
trailer, we'll
brain
see.
is destroyed."
You know, I almost broke when I saw this too. So.
I mean, this might be why we haven't seen another trailer for
Hmm.
Spider-Man yet, because they wanted us to see Venom first and see what's
Hmm.
going on in that. So then when they show us this next trailer and we have like some, because they're gonna show us that big team up moment because they
Yeah.
do it in every trailer, like that's just what it is. They show the big team moment. So
Yeah.
like what is gonna be that? What is the big team moment for this? Are we gonna see, because let's not forget I can't think of his name. The dude that hates Peter Parker in all of the movies that we've got so far.
Joe Jameson?
No,
No.
no, 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 no. In the new Spider-Man movies, in Tom Holland Spider-Man movies,
Flash?
Flash. Flash is also, he gets a symbiote in the comic books. Like
Hmm.
he becomes. I can't
Yo,
even
what
think who
if
he
Noel
becomes.
takes over like the Flash's like body?
Bro, like we could see a whole like there's just a endless amount of things that could come if this rumor that we have right now is
Hmm.
accurate. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like big Spider-Man team up with Venom against Null. Like that's next level, bro. That's next level, and that's definitely something we never thought we would see. And like you said, man, he could be forming himself into the different villains that we
Yeah,
see.
but there's lots to
Yo,
look forward to, man.
I,
Like this is definitely one of the bigger rumors that we've had because Noel, he's like Ironheart. He's a relatively new character,
mm-hmm.
um, in like the Marvel comic book world, and
Yeah.
not probably not a lot of people know about him unless like you read the comics. You're really not going to know
Mm-hmm.
who Noel is. Like I got into comics in 2015, and I had gotten signed up for that comic run, and and it's a long comic run,
Mm.
and I think I have every issue for that run, and don't know if I'm actually on the next because it switched over to a new run at some point.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not sure if I'm a part of that run right now because I only go like once a
Mm,
month to pick up whatever I got. Um, but man, I read for the most part, like I think 30 or 40 issues from that run. I have all the other
nice.
issues. I just haven't had the chance to read them all.
Yeah, it'd be like that
uh,
for
but
real.
it's a really good story, man, and the way they show Noel and like how he affects symbiotes is insane.
Mm,
So I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully we get some news about it, and if not, maybe it's a villain that we're going to see down the line. More specifically, Sony's version of the Spider Verse.
Spider-Man.
So
Yeah.
we'll have to wait and
Hey, that
see.
would be amazing. I mean, I think it would be great if we got Noel his own movie. Just
Hmm.
flat out Noel. Just
Yeah.
a Noel movie. Let's get it.
Hmm.
But it might just be a dream.
But well, with that said, moving on to our next one. This one kind of caught me off guard, man. When you sent me the photos of this whole thing going on,
Yeah.
uh, a live action miniseries based on Batman Wayne family adventures is currently in development with webtoons and Isma Hawk. I'm not sure what those are, but
Mm,
we did have some stills. However, because of how they were sourced from the original person that had got them online, they're very blurry and they don't transition very well
let me
onto
see if
anything
I
else. But you could find them on Twitter or Instagram. By the way, it's on Instagram at
can.
Marcos 23. You could check out those photos there. Maybe we can find them and pop up a decent photo.
Hopefully.
His Instagram was tripping. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna blur the hell out of these photos for you. But
Wait, what?
if in the photos we can see what looks like some of the key, like Batgirl, Batwoman, Batman, Robin Hood, those type of characters. We definitely see the Red Hood.
My man said Robin Hood.
We see a variety of different characters. At least we could assume that's who they were. You know, but I'm curious to see how big of a thing this show is gonna be. It's a web
Yeah.
series, so I don't know. Like, are they going Titans? Like, is that what they're trying to aim for? Or, I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure that is what they're trying to aim for because, like, when I first saw this on Twitter, everyone was going crazy for it, and everyone
Hmm.
was really liking what they were seeing.
Hmm.
Uh, and even with Red Hood, they were like, "This is way better than what we got from
Hmm.
from Titans so far."
Hmm.
So it's pretty crazy, man. It's
Hmm.
been everything looks really dope coming from this series. We're
Hmm.
we're gonna see basically everyone that we need to see from the Bat family,
Yeah,
for a lack of a better words. I've never heard it be called the Wayne family before. You know what I mean? But that
it sounds
must
like a
be.
comic book.
Oh, yeah, it does sound like a comic book,
Like that's
actually.
something that I feel like, and hell, it might be a comic book, and they're just like
Mhm.
giving it like a live action adaptation. It might be like The Office, but for the Wayne family. You know,
Oh,
that might be what's happening. Uh, Unless they're really trying to go dark, because I could feel like this show can go dark real fast.
facts.
With everything that's gone down with the Wayne family, the Batman gang. I feel like there's a lot of things that haven't gone their way in a lot of different ways, with a lot
To
of
put
different
it
villains.
lightly.
So,
Whoa.
but I think we'll just have to wait and see about this one because I'm still like the stills look great, but I don't know how to feel about it, man. I just you know obviously that'd be really cool to get, but I'm still I don't know. It's a web series. I don't know what expectations to have.
Here we go.
Yeah. So.
There's one of them.
Hmm.
You see Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, Barbara Gordon there.
Freaking Fire Red Hood.
Yep.
This
I love
is
the
like
helmet.
the helmet is fire, bro. That helmet
The
is
helmet's
just
pretty awesome.
A1.
Even the logo just kind of looks, looks funny. Like not
Yeah.
like it might not be a serious show. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
Hmm.
want to call it a parody, but it might be like I said, The Office type of vibe
Yeah.
where they just kind of talk shit to each other. But I don't
Oh,
know.
wait, what happened? Did I skip one? Oh, I
But
missed one.
but how you guys feeling about this one, man? This was definitely one of the more unique things that are going to be coming our way pretty soon. But Batman, Wayne Family Adventures. Who knew?
I missed one. Hold on. This is the main one I wanted to show.
Hmm.
Boom. Look at that.
Oh yeah, see, look
We
at
got
all
the
of them on the
whole
table.
bat. We got the whole family here. We got Batman,
Why does that look like?
Nightwing.
That looks like.
What?
Doesn't that look like Ben Affleck, Batman?
It does kind of look like Ben Affleck, bro. I'm not gonna
I was
lie.
like, from here, it kind of looks like Ben Affleck. Like, yo, what are we doing here? Okay, okay. I might be
Yeah, but I mean,
pulling some strings on this one.
hey, the show looks decent. Uh, the stills that we saw, like you said, it looks a little iffy, but it looks good at the same time.
Hmm.
So we'll just have to see where they go with everything regarding
Hmm.
this show. Hopefully, they have some good creative decisions in this thing. And yeah, it is a web series. And I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever even heard of the web, like the people that make it. Like
Yeah.
I've never heard of anything else that they've done before. So
Hmm.
I'm nervous right along with you, my man.
Yep.
But let us know how you guys feel about this one. How do you guys like the comics and stuff with the Bat family? I guess you could say. Who's your favorite Bat family member? Because I know people love like all of the like a lot of the people that there are because there's a lot more than
Oh yeah.
the ones that are just put in the forefront, so to speak.
Hmm.
My man Batman's out here training everyone.
But
But moving right along to our next announcement that we have, and this one is great. I mean, the freaking Marvel news is just out the wazoo. According to Variety, Catherine Hahn will star in her own WandaVision spin-off series as Agatha Harkness, and it is now in development.
yes,
Yo, let's go. What? Let's go.
I think introducing Agatha Harkness and like the whole witchcraft thing is a good
Mhm.
segue into a piece of Marvel that we really haven't got anything from. Maybe
Yes.
we've gotten a little from like maybe a couple like Doctor Strange, but like other than that, we really haven't delved into like the horror, like dark magic stuff that uh,
Hmm.
really is an integral part of like Marvel comics, honestly. Uh,
Truth.
so I'm excited to see what they're going to do with the show. I think this is going to open a lot of doors for other things later on as well.
I agree, man, and it makes a lot of sense because we were like, yo, what's going on with this? Like, uh what's going on with Catherine? Not what's going on with Agatha? Like, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like at the end of WandaVision, the way they left her off, it was obvious that we were gonna see her again in some
Hmm.
way, shape, or form. And
Yeah.
there's another a little announcement attached to this that I read. I think it was from IGN, and they were saying that not only will she have her own series, but she will also be appearing in other Disney Plus shows and
Yes.
movies. So there, it's gonna be a lot of stuff coming from her, and she's gonna be doing a lot of different
Yeah.
things. My man Tristan, what's up with the yo with
How's
the
it going,
name change
Tristan?
again?
And
Tristan
photo
is
change. Oh, see,
here. Hey, look,
changed the
yeah,
whole
he had
photo.
to tell us this
Yeah.
time. But yo, I'm super interested to see what type of realms that they'll get to really delve into with
Yeah.
being able to expand on the actual mysticism of
Hmm.
everything that Marvel really has. Like you said,
Yeah.
it really is an integral part of everything that goes on. And especially if we're going to get to the spot of like Mephisto, so to speak,
Yeah.
not to just already be called Mephisto, but I mean,
It's like, oh
to
my
be
gosh.
honest, once we get into Ghost Rider and all that type of stuff, like we have to have magic and dark magic really already established within the
Yeah,
MCU so we can move forward
and
like at a good, cohesive, and understandable way.
an interesting thing too. I don't know where I saw this. For some reason in my head, I felt like earlier this week I saw a post that said uh, Kevin Feige would like Wesley Snipes and uh,
I
Nicolas
can't think
Cage
of
come
it.
back for roles.
Mm,
Obviously, Nick Cage, Ghost Rider.
yeah,
Wesley Snipes could be a version of Blade, but
yeah.
obviously we know we're getting a new Blade regardless. Uh,
Mhm.
Maybe Wesley Snipes is like his trainer. That'd be a cool little
Ooh, that
nod.
would be
You
freaking
know, that might be the
awesome.
way they go about it. But um, I don't know. Uh, I I know Wesley Snipes was kind of a difficult person to work with at times, so I don't know if that's something they're going to be kind of doing. But we're gonna have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we knowing that we have a possibility of this multiverse reaching into every movie that's ever been made from Marvel,
Hmm.
it wouldn't be besides, it wouldn't be mind blowing to see any of the past people. Like, I think it would
Hmm.
be really awesome to see the past Fantastic Four with the new Fantastic Four or something
Yeah.
like that. That
Hmm.
would be really cool to see. So hopefully we get something like that, man. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's so much to come from Marvel in these next like 5 years for sure. That's just
Hmm.
gonna change the game.
Hmm. And I think,
Jessica Alba coming back.
and I think they do a pretty good job at like just planning stuff out that gives
Mhm,
nods to the things that we've seen before. And so,
mhm.
excuse me. So I'm excited to see it. I'm excited. I think it'll be really fun. Be a good
Tristan said,
time.
bro, imagine on November 12th we get a She-Hulk teaser.
Hey,
I would love that.
that's the day
I'm
Spider
so
Man comes out, right? No, somewhere on there. I feel like something comes out that day.
Spider-Man. No, Spider-Man's in December.
Oh, Eternals was November 12th.
Eternals is November 5th, I think.
Why do I have November 12th in my head? And we've watched a lot of trailers, and I
There's
feel like
something, yeah.
I know for a fact November
Hold
12th is
on,
a
let's
day
see.
something comes out. I
Eternals
don't
might
know.
be November 12th.
Uh,
Uh, it's the 5th. I'm not sure. Something might be coming out the 12th.
oh, Red Notice on Netflix. That's one of the ones that we did a review on as well.
Mm,
Uh, I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Interesting. Maybe it'll
I'm
pop up.
not saying interesting.
Oh,
It'll just hit you.
Disney Plus Day. That's what it is. I was like, wait, what's going on?
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I was like, I was like, I know something,
Yeah.
something was tickling my brain. I was like, no, wait a minute. But
Sam. Oh no, I got you. I got you. But yeah, that would be awesome. She-Hulk. I must say, I am the most nervous about out of all of the projects
we just don't know where it's going to fit
because
in.
of that.
I think.
The still that we saw and how everything looked, we were like, it was like, whoa, what's going on here?
Mhm,
uh, interesting.
mhm. But with that said, let's go ahead and move right along. So this is pretty huge. We finally have the runtime for Marvel's Eternals, and it's officially going to be the second longest run. It's going to have the official second longest running time.
Jesus
I
Christ.
know. I'm sorry. Uh, in Marvel Studios history, uh, at 2 hours and 37 minutes,
Let's
first being
go.
Avengers Endgame. Uh, I'm excited, man. I feel like Eternals is gonna have some really awesome stuff, and there's even rumors of that we're gonna see some of the repercussions of what if in Eternals. Like that's just something that, oh my gosh, like this, so much to think
Bro,
about
I'm
with
down
Eternals,
for
man.
everything. Yeah, for real. Eternals is gonna be. I don't know, man. I think Eternals is gonna be
Like
like
it's hard to say.
Avengers 1, like how awesome that was,
Hmm.
but on a cosmic level rather than just on a
Hmm.
world level. And
Yeah.
then everything from there is just gonna progressively get better. Like
Hmm.
because the next two movies we have after Eternals is Spider-Man and then Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So everything is just gonna progressively get better and better.
Hmm.
And can you imagine it almost be like a 3-part movie and we
Hmm.
just don't know that yet? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Eternals goes straight into Spider-Man, that goes
Yeah.
straight into Doctor Strange, and then like we see the like I don't even know what to expect anymore. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, bro? Like I just don't even know what to
Yeah.
expect from any of these movies, and I know Eternals is just gonna blow our minds
You
from
know,
giving us history to date.
I have a question. Okay, this is
Hmm.
this is something that we've talked about a couple times over the years,
Okay.
and also something that I've just been thinking about recently. Um, Marvel movies, for the most part, great action films.
Hmm.
Some would say sometimes of, you know, repetitive or cookie cutter blueprint type stuff. Uh, would you do you want to see more like actual stories, like I guess
Like Winter Soldier, is that
like
what you're
Winter
saying?
Soldier, like it's a spy movie that has superheroes. More specifically based movies with actual dialogue and plot and stuff like that that
Mm.
actually can win Oscars and awards. Not just like a action movie that might never
Yes.
will never have the opportunity to win an Oscar from
Yeah.
the
I
people that
think
decide that.
I think their shows are going to be that area for them to do stuff like that.
That's a good point. Actually, I didn't even think about that.
Like I think like when we watch Moon Knight, like of course it's gonna be like action and all that stuff, but I think that's gonna have one of the best storylines that
Hmm.
we've got up like to date, so to speak.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, just if we look at everything that Marvel has done, I think we're at a good place now to where they don't need to heavily rely on action in every single thing
Yeah.
that they do, so to speak. And then they can save the big action for the movies. Like if we
Hmm.
look at Winter Soldier as a whole, it was not a full blown like action packed every single episode. It's going down. Like it was a really good story, like
Hmm.
throughout the entire thing. So even with WandaVision, like that was a whole story throughout, from start to finish. That was like it was told beautifully, to be honest. Like the story was really good. Like they didn't rely on the action and the no like it, but that's just where we're heading more towards,
Hmm.
especially with Loki as well. Like every single Disney Plus show we've had up until now has relied more on the storytelling than they have on the action pack stuff,
Hmm.
carrying them into being good,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah. And yeah, I think you bring up some great points. I don't know why I just didn't think about the Disney Plus stuff, and you're right. The Disney Plus stuff has been giving more of those in-depth stories and more in-depth conversations that
Mhm.
win Oscars. Not that I mean,
Yes.
not saying Oscars are like I don't. I mean, to some people they're probably very important, but like I don't know if Marvel Studios is necessarily worried about getting Oscars. You
Yeah,
know,
they don't care.
like they make so much money, like it's like oh we don't really need it. We don't need an Oscar.
Hmm.
Um, you have movies that make less than a fraction of what Marvel makes, and still, and they win Oscars, but never the amount of money that Marvel ever gets.
Exactly.
So, which is something interesting to think about. Uh,
That's true.
but man, Eternals, I think it's going to blow our minds. I'd be very surprised if we come out of that theater upset. Uh,
Oh,
I'd be very
Ah,
surprised
yeah,
because even from the people that have seen it, um, so far, they've been saying nothing but great things about it. So uh, I'm excited to check it out when it finally gets released.
yeah, man. And we're checking that out 40X. So
Hmm.
that's definitely going to be amazing. I mean, we're also going to be seeing a lot of stuff we haven't seen yet.
Hmm.
We're going to get our first look at like Superman for us, like in the
Yeah.
Marvel community.
Hmm.
Everything that we see from that looks pretty cool. And I really feel like this movie is going to have the dialogue that we are, I want to say, like that we're striving for or that we're like thirsting
Hmm.
for from Marvel,
Yeah.
because Marvel does an excellent job in casting, but we never get to see the actors really
Really perform.
show their really perform. They perform as the character that they play as, so to speak, but we never
Hmm.
get to see them really get into it.
Hmm.
And just from the things that we've seen from this trailer, I think we're really gonna get to see, because Eternal seems like a family. They all seem like
Yeah.
a bit like a family. So we're gonna see the anger that they have with each other and all that
Hmm.
stuff, like so to speak. We're gonna see it all. And I feel like that's gonna be amazing because we're gonna get to see the stories that's been building for what is it, like thousands of years
Yeah.
in the MCU, because they've been here since day one. Like I think we're gonna really get to see that real growth and craziness from it.
Hmm. I agree, man. I agree.
Um, uh, Tristan said, "Imagine No Way Home is 3 hours and 12 minutes. That would be awesome."
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like the shortest movie like in all of Marvel. I don't know why I'm thinking that way, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case because they would
Yo,
do some shit like that. Uh, it
that's
might be
true.
because of Venom that I'm all messed up. But because Venom felt pretty short compared to a lot of other things that we've watched. So, but that would
Mhm.
be awesome if it was 3 hours and 12 minutes. That'd be really cool.
uh, I think Spider-Man No Way Home is 2 hours and 30 from what I'm looking at now, trying
Oh, okay.
when researching it. So,
It's a good media. It's a good time. I felt like
mhm.
hour 10 minutes. Jesus Christ, I'd cry. Like if it's that
Imagine
short, if it's that
imagine a
short,
Daredevil movie similar to
ooh,
Winter Soldier. Ooh, that would be
I could see
fire.
that. I could definitely see
Hmm.
that. Uh,
Yeah.
oh my god, I could see so many things going with that. Like really,
Hmm.
especially if it's kind of similar to Winter Soldier in terms of like spy or like
Mm,
blackmail or just betrayal type vibes I get from that like idea is pretty awesome.
I
But
agree.
but yeah, if the Marvel movie is an hour 10 minutes, shit's about to go down, and we're gonna cry no matter what, and
Better
walk
be
out
an
that theater.
episode.
Yeah, episode of What If.
That would be dope. I would definitely pay money for that one.
But what do we got up next, man?
Man, coming up next, my brother, we have our first look into Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Okay, okay. Uh,
Yo, I'm pumped for this. I'm not even gonna lie.
mhm. I love the Transformers movie. I really do. Obviously the last two, definitely not my favorite ones, but the first three,
Yeah,
with
they were basically ass on a stick.
the ones that had Shia LaBeouf are like legendary to me.
Yeah,
But look at these. This is like again based in like the what 60s? Is that what they
yeah.
said?
This is, I believe so. Yeah.
Based in the 60s, we're gonna see dinosaurs and maybe some other stuff. I don't know,
Hmm.
but I'm loving the vibe, man. I'm loving the look of Bumblebee. I'm loving the look of
It's
Optimus
getting
Prime.
real authentic to me, man. Like it's
Yeah.
looking real original to their the show counterparts. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like the '90s Transformers show.
Yeah.
uh, so I think this is going to be freaking a great movie.
Hmm. It would have been cool if they like connected it to the first Transformers and like made Bumblebee look like how he
Mm.
first looked, but like brand new. That'd be really
Yeah, I
cool.
feel you.
Um,
That would be dope.
because then it could make every just the cannon would go through the roof in terms of storytelling that way. But
Yeah.
I'm loving the way this looks though.
To
But
me, this looks like this. To me, this looks definitely like it could be part of the Power Rangers GI Joe universe
hmm.
that we were kind of talking about before. Um, like I couldn't see the level of the first Transformers films with with like GI Joe or any of that. I couldn't see that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that was great. Like they were their sheer massiveness of every person, what every Cybertron and Decepticon, like all of them, not Cybertron, what the heck, that's where they're from. Autobots, all the
Yeah.
Autobots and Decepticons were just so They were like big as the freaking buildings, and I don't think
Hmm.
we ever thought of them to be big like that. Really, I don't think. Like personally, I never thought of them to be massive like how they were in the original uh, movies from the show. Like that
Hmm.
translation never was that like that for me. But I loved them so much for how dope they were and the explosions and all that dope shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I think Bumblebee was like really the first one to kind of tone it down in terms of size.
hmm
Uh, with not only Bumblebee himself, but the other Transformers that we saw in that movie. With that
yeah.
said, there's not a whole lot of Transformer people person interaction in that movie.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard as hell. But Bumblebee was just inherently small in that movie. So, uh,
I
but
think
I'm excited to
Bumblebee is
see.
the runt of the litter, no matter what. Though, like
Yeah.
he's always the smallest of the
Hmm.
Autobots.
But I'm excited to
Um,
see how this is going to be, man, because I love the Transformers series.
mhm.
Uh, I love the cartoons, and I'm just curious to see where they're going to go with the story.
Yeah, I agree. Tristan says, I loved everything except the ones with Mark Wahlberg."
Yeah,
Yeah, the ones with Mark Wahlberg were
yeah.
not the ones that
I
I
love
enjoyed.
Mark Wahlberg, I really do. But like those movies,
Mhm.
just I just didn't feel it with those ones. And maybe I just need to rewatch, but those were a hard pass for me. Uh,
Optimus Prime is looking dope right here.
I'm loving the OG look that he has.
I'm loving the OG looks, yo. Like everything looks super lit. And here's the next one.
Ooh, I feel like that truck right there is Megatron. I don't know. I don't
This
know. It
one.
just has Megatron feels to it.
I feel it. This looks awesome. I love how every one of these look.
Hmm.
My man Mater right here turned out to be a Decepticon. Um, I think this movie is going to be A1. To be honest, I'm not going to say I have high hopes, but
Yeah.
I have hopes for sure. I'll say medium hopes. Like I
Hmm.
have expectations for this movie to be some type of way. And is Optimus Prime's voice actor the same person?
I think it's
Am
a
I
different person.
mistaken? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Um, and it's I think it's Hellboy, right? I can't think of his name though.
Yes.
He's also in
The
Sons of
Ron Perlman.
Anarchy.
Ron Perlman
Oh
is.
yes, there we go. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
And
he
I'm
is
excited to hear
a
that.
amazing, yeah, he's an amazing voice actor and just actor period. So he's definitely gonna those speeches coming from Optimus Prime are about to hit different with his
Yeah,
voice and the with that little bit of auto tune on it.
it's gonna be pretty
Tristan
awesome, man.
says Rise of the Beast post credit scene meeting the Baroness from the newest film.
Ooh, that could be pretty cool.
Ooh, that
That could be
would
pretty
be
cool.
lit.
That early? Okay. I guess my question would be is like, where does this movie stand in terms of all the others? Is it just like a brand new like reboot? Like, is that where we're
Yes,
going?
this is a brand new reboot. I believe this doesn't have
Yeah.
anything to do with the past
Hmm.
Transformers or the new Bumblebee that they were trying to do a reboot
Yeah.
with as well. Like this is an entirely new series, and I
Hmm.
really feel like we're gonna see the chick that we saw in Snake Eyes in this movie, the one that was a Joe.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay,
I
okay.
really feel like we're gonna see her in this movie. I don't know why, but
Hmm.
that's the huge vibe that I
Yeah.
have. Like is yeah. I mean, we're gonna see her for sure.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, what's up with the Bedrock, my man? How
Oh,
are you
how's it going?
doing? I hope you're having a good day today. Welcome back. Tristan says it's the sequel to Bumblebee. Is it?
Oh, is it a sequel? Well,
I don't think so.
Bumblebee was in the 90s. This one takes place in the 60s. So it's a prequel. It might be a
Yeah, it.
prequel to Bumblebee's world,
But I don't
but
think this has. I don't think it has anything to do with Bumblebee, does it?
let's see.
Uh, why is this
Uh,
called Transform?
Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Hmm.
Oh,
Uh,
So technically, it is a sequel, but it's a prequel.
Of the Bumblebee one,
Yeah,
or of the
because it
Michael Bay
says
universe?
it is the seventh installment of the live-action Transformers film series and a sequel to Bumblebee.
Wait. So everything's been cohesive? Even the Bumblebee movie?
Technically, I think, but I don't think. I think Bumblebee was like the fresh new reboot. If I'm being honest, I think Bumblebee was like the fresh start for Transformers, and then it was the early '80s, I
But
believe.
how would this be? How would this be the seventh movie though? Do you understand what I'm saying? How would this be the seventh movie if
Oh, I think it's just
Bumblebee?
talking about the Transformers brand, not necessarily the all-in-one universe.
Because for my the thing that I saw said Transformer Seven.
Oh, I don't know.
Transformer Seven's title.
And my people have to wait and see because it's still kind of early. Um, yeah, best Transformers 7, right? What? I don't know, honestly, because
Okay, so this says uh early details on Transformers Rise of the Beast place the movie's events during 1994. This is years before Bay's Transformers movies take place. The decision to set the Rise of the Beast in the past was done so it could build off of the most recent entry in the franchise, just not one Bay was involved in. 2018's Bumblebee served as a soft reboot of the franchise as it gave Bumblebee an origin story. The movie followed the Yellow Transformer after he arrived on Earth in 1987 and forged a bond with Charlie. It's confirmed that Transformers Rise of the Beast is tied to Bumblebee's continuity.
mm,
It
okay.
says, as for how Transformers Rise of the Beast connects to Michael Bay's franchise, producers for the upcoming movie have stated that they chose this 1994 setting to avoid his Transformers movies. The Bay era stories are still considered canon as far as we know, but it is a very loose canon at this point. Like any prequel in a larger
Mm,
franchise, Bumblebee retconned previously established details about the series' events. It changed the Transformers' history on Earth, including when Optimus Prime first came to the planet in both in Bumblebee's post credit scene. A similar approach to Transformers: Rise of the Beast would mean that it can exist in the same universe as Bay's Transformers, even if it has the liberty to make some changes to the mythology.
hmm.
Damn, that's
Okay.
crazy. So Transformers is now one of the longest running. it,
Up there with
it
Star
has,
Wars almost.
yeah, it's up there now. Like that's crazy. I did not know that they've all been basically canon. I really had no idea.
Hmm. It's gonna be up
Um,
there with Fast and the Furious.
exactly. There you go. That's freaking crazy. Yeah, the
Except
first
we actually,
Transformers came out in 2003. So
damn, that long ago? Shit.
2007. That's my bad.
Oh, okay. I was
2007.
like
It was
2003. I
June
was like,
3rd,
God damn.
2007. So it's older than the MCU.
Mm.
Just not as many movies though.
Yeah, but
Uh my man said the post-credit scene of Bumblebee set up this movie. Oh, okay.
mm,
Let us know how you guys feel
okay.
about Transformers Rise of the Beast. If you guys are huge fans of Transformers, let us know. Who are you hoping to see in this? I know
Hmm.
when we first announced this, someone was talking about like Rise of the Unicorn or something. And I'm
Unicron.
not sure. Unicron. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. The Unicron. I was like, I was like, what is going on? But yeah, so I'm hoping we get to see some really amazing stuff in this, and the fact that it's actually canon to the Bay universe, like the Michael Bay universe, is wild, and that
Hmm.
makes me want to go back and watch all of them now. Low key, I'm not gonna lie.
I want to get the trilogy. I just don't have like I haven't found the trilogy sold together anywhere.
Mm.
I know when I think the last one came out, they had like a whole like really cool Optimus Prime
Mhm.
steel case that you could get. That was really cool, but I didn't I never picked it up. But that's something I definitely want to do because, like, obviously the first three movies are probably the best, but like,
Yeah,
just Transformers just have a long history of, and I think that brand itself is just, it's a good brand, and so I hope
yeah,
they continue to make it better and not diminish it like they've been
I
doing,
agree.
So,
I agree
but
completely.
but
Moving on to the next one.
moving right along, man. Uh, wow, big news for Scarlett Johansson. The lawsuit has officially been settled with
Mm,
Disney.
nice.
So they're all in the clear, and it seemed like with the way that Disney and Black Widow put it, yeah, I'm excited to work with Marvel. And Disney's like, yeah, we're excited to work with uh, Scarlett
Scarlett
Johansson.
Johansson.
Whatever happens between us is behind us. That's kind of the
Yeah.
vibe that I got reading the article about the end of the lawsuit. So I don't know how much they ended up settling for, but I know
Mm.
she got some money.
And I think this is like we even said though when this first started. It might have been the plan for this to end this way in the first place. Because
Hmm.
sometimes you can't get money any other way unless you sue, and sometimes companies know that.
Hmm.
So it could have been an understanding from the jump that they were going to settle this way, but it just had to be go about this way because of how the
Yeah.
contract was, and so
Hmm.
she could actually get paid, so on and so
Yeah.
forth. So hey man, and they keep saying working with her in the future, man, so I just want to know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm curious to know what that really even mean, man.
This is
But
something that we keep hearing, is
yeah,
that
but
work in the future.
what if definitely kind of opened our eyes though in terms of like what that
Oh
could look
yeah.
like, especially with the finale. Um,
Hmm.
but I'm excited, man. I'm really glad that they didn't like scorch her
Yeah,
again for no reason. I was like, because like when they first kind of scorched her, I was like, wow, they're really
they
doing
give her
this.
the
Like,
heat.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're really going like, uh,
In
they're really going in terms of
aim for the jugular.
like a football free agent who's a quarterback from a team, and he starts talking trash about the team he's on just to make sure he can speed up the negotiations of being traded. Like that's what I felt like we were
Hmm.
getting. Uh,
Facts.
but I'm glad to see it over. I'm glad to see everyone's happy, and I'm excited to see what this means um, for her character. But I think Black Widow. I hope we can see her again in the future. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. I think it would be awesome to see her some type of way, as a multiverse counterpart or something. I
Hmm.
know we all kind of thought that was gonna be what happened at the end of What If. We
Hmm.
definitely thought she was gonna be dropped into the
Yeah.
the Marvel universe that we know.
Hmm.
But that's not what occurred though. So
Hmm.
that's awesome. So it's just gonna be, what are we gonna see? We might get like uh back some backflash, some flashback movie, so to speak.
Hmm.
Uh, maybe she'll be in Hawkeye.
Hmm.
Maybe we'll see some flashbacks of
Flashbacks.
something that's going on in Budapest or something along the lines of that.
Hmm.
We never know.
Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting time, man. It's gonna be an exciting time. But speaking of
Definitely.
Marvel and other projects, what do we got up next?
um, Let me see. I did not have it up. Hold on.
I apologize, but like
You're
this
moving,
next one's
brother.
for
I'm
you.
not gonna lie. You're moving.
I
You've been moving tonight, G. Okay, let me
apologize. I
get
apologize.
to it. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Marvel Studios president has revealed that there are about 31 projects that are right now in development. 31 Marvel projects in development right now.
It's hard to believe,
And
man.
I don't do
It's
we are these so in this 31, do we know what any of them are, or do you think this is just 31 new projects other than Quantum Mania and all and
I think that 31 includes all the ones that we are aware of to date.
okay, so Blade and
Yeah, and
Fantastic
of
Four
which
and
like the Monogram Boa, the Agatha Harkness,
mm,
and maybe the new that
oh,
like
okay,
all those
okay.
were just revealed to us, so that adds to the
That
31
adds to the 31 that we know.
that we know.
Ooh.
So
We might
I'm
have to
mixed.
do a
I don't.
video breaking, like, breaking down the projects that we know of these 31 because
Hmm.
I feel like What If would not be one of the things that's taught. Like, I don't think Spider-Man, Eternals, and Doctor Strange are part of that 31. I think it's
Hmm.
everything, or Hawkeye for that
I think
matter,
it's only the ones that
because
are not released yet. I feel like,
yeah,
but
like
I'm
the
not
ones that
sure
don't
though.
have dates at all, like the
Yeah.
post Doctor Strange, basically. I think we don't know anything past. Well, I
Hmm.
think we do know. No, Black Panther, post Black Panther.
Hmm.
That's what it is. Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
After that, we don't really know too much, nothing. And I'm pretty sure all those ones, like the Marvels and all that type of stuff, is in there. So I'm juiced, man. I can't wait to see what these 31 projects are,
Hmm.
and I hope that we get a good breakdown like we did. What was it, last year or the year before with D23
Yeah. And
at
I think
the
Disney Plus Day might also do something to
yeah,
kind of
that's what I
show
was yeah, that's what I was about to
what's
say.
happening. But man,
Oh my goodness.
with these 31 projects, man, I like it's hard to believe, man. Like that's where we're going, and I'm so excited to like what we're gonna be able to see, not only as like a movie fan, but as a Marvel fan, and
Mhm.
as just a dude who likes to see cool shit happen on screen and
Yeah.
see awesome stories that are gonna be around and last forever. And I think that's a really cool thing to think about, man. And uh, I think what Disney Plus has been able to do, what they've been able to do with the Disney Plus shows, has been
Mm,
phenomenal and out of this world. Um,
yeah.
Almost to the point where, like, obviously we're always excited to see the movies, but it seems like we're more excited for the Disney Plus shows right now, per
Oh
se.
yeah.
Obviously, we have Spider Man and Doctor Strange; those are like two of the biggest movies we're gonna see in a
Mhm.
long time, probably. But Disney Plus shows are gonna be epic moving
The
forward.
shows just they it's because of the length that we get.
We get a
And then
different level of depth.
every week we get to dive into the MCU and see things from the perspective of characters that we have never got to see the perspective from
Yeah.
before. Hawkeye is without a doubt going to be one of our favorite shows. Like,
Hmm.
I have no doubt in my mind, because Hawkeye, we had less about Hawkeye than we did about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So
Yeah.
this is really going to allow Jeremy Renner, because he's a great actor, by the way. Like, and we never have got to see him really show his acting chops off. And I
Hmm.
think we're about to see that with this movie. I
Yeah.
mean, when what we saw from him and Scarlett Johansson in Endgame, that was the most that we saw from both of them up
Hmm.
until that point. You know what I mean? Like, that was the most character development that we got to see from those characters. And I think that Jeremy Renner and as Hawkeye in this series, as well as him passing the mantle down, I believe every single thing that we're going to see from this series is going to change,
Hmm.
like, how we see the MCU on more of a shield tip, I guess you could
Yeah.
say. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
give us more of this. As an agent of shield my whole life. This is what I know. This is what I've seen. This is what I've been through.
Hmm.
Because we kind of got that from, but like I said, we didn't even need to get that from the Falcon and Winter Soldier, because we already knew their backstory. So
Yeah.
now we're going to really get a lot of that meat off of the bone, so to speak, when it comes to Hawkeye.
Hmm. Um, and I think, like you were saying, like Jeremy Renner, like he's a good actor. Like
Yes.
he's like obviously all the other stuff, all the other people are also really good actors, but like him,
Hmm.
Scarlett Johansson, and a couple others have been in some intense scenes and movies that have won a lot of awards and have gotten a lot of praise.
Hmm.
And like you were saying, we've seen some a little bit. Obviously we see Hawkeye do something in Age of Ultron and in the first
Yeah.
Avengers, but for the most part, uh, and Endgame, we kind of get hints of that
Hmm.
because it was lost. Uh,
Yeah.
but I really want to see them like go in terms of the dialogue and really kind of um I don't want to say roast each other, but like get into one another and really kind of start those right because like those are good scenes because not only does it help those individual characters to like develop as characters and stuff, but it just gives us
Hmm.
um more stuff to delve into, and that's awesome.
Definitely. I agree, man. I
I'm excited
agree.
about that.
super excited to see what could happen with not only this show but all the shows and projects that Marvel has to come. I just
Hmm.
hope to like bring it back to what we were saying earlier. We get to really start seeing this depth
Hmm.
from everyone, man. Like I feel like even with Samuel L. Jackson, like hopefully we get to see him really go in like on something,
Hmm.
maybe like Secret Invasion. Hopefully they have him in that show. And I just want to see a lot more dynamic between characters as well. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, one of my favorite dynamics of the MCU has been Tony and Iron Man's dynamic. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
Tony and Iron Man. I mean, Iron Man and Captain America's
Yeah.
dynamic with each other. Like the way they dealt with each other from the beginning to the end has been amazing. It's been a
Hmm.
beautiful story, of you'll never be the guy to risk your life and put it all down on the line and everything that they, all the way to where we ended at. You know what I mean? Like, and just when the beginning of Endgame, when like Tony ripped out his arc reactor and just slammed it in
Yeah.
Steve's hand, it's like, yo, those are the moments that we want right there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's an actor's range. That's an actor's depth, and
Hmm.
that's making it more than just another Marvel movie. I
Hmm.
mean, to me, at least. So
No, yeah.
I'm hoping we get to see a
No,
lot
I
of
agree.
that in the future.
Hmm. I agree. Um,
Damn.
moving right along to our final thing on our docket.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
this one was pretty huge, man. This one, I know we got really excited when this got released as well.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
a new poster for Star Wars: The Book of Boba Fett was released, and we know the release date for December 29th. So this is right at
That's
the end of the year.
right.
Uh, man, look at this. Look at
That
this,
is
bro. Yo,
freaking beautiful, bro.
I'm getting
Yo,
like
this is
what if vibe
amazing.
from that. I
Oh
really am.
yeah. This is gonna
Because
be amazing. We get Ming Na Wen in it as well, who's like one of the best people ever. Like, if y'all don't know who Ming Na Wen is, she is like everyone that everyone loves. She's the voice of Mulan. She was in Agents of Shield. Like,
Mhm.
yo, she's
She was badass
legit,
in Agents of Shield, bro. Like she was
legit.
legit. She was legit. Like I guess like how do you I don't want to call her Darth Vader in Agents of Shield. Like if Darth Vader was a good guy, I felt like she was Darth
Yes,
Vader. Like if you know
yeah.
oh it's a 22. I thought it was this year. Is it 22?
I don't think this is 2022. I'm pretty sure this is coming out this year.
I think it's the end of this year, Tristan.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
yeah, it's 2021, December
Yeah, it's
29th,
2021.
2021. Yeah,
Hmm.
because they're taking the year off for Mandalorian because
I
then
think
we get that in
Mandalorian will probably get a
2023.
2022
Yeah,
release. Yeah.
yeah, 2022. My bad, not
Hmm.
2023. Yeah,
But what do you expect from the show, man? Obviously, we know like we love the Mandalorian,
man,
but like
I
what are you
don't know.
expecting? And, like we've never
I,
gotten this part ever.
I
So
didn't think this was gonna happen. So,
mhm,
yo, I don't know. I mean, the post-credit scene that they gave us in The Mandalorian of him taking this throne that he's sitting in right now, like, bro, I don't. I was gonna freaking go crazy, yo. I was gonna freaking go crazy. Like, like my mind exploded immediately as
mhm,
we watched Boba Fett will return next. Like when that came up, like I just
yeah,
was like, I was had a panic attack, yo, because now we get more depth into who this character of Boba Fett is,
yeah,
and I couldn't ask for more because
mhm,
I mean I think you can agree that when we were watching the show, all we were saying is like, all right, bro, I need to know more about Boba Fett for sure. Like, you know
mhm,
what I mean? Like, it would be awesome if Boba Fett got his own show, and then they ended it like, surprise, he is getting his own show, and it's called The Book of Boba Fett, and it's gonna
yeah,
be amazing. And you're not getting the Mandalorian next year. This is all you're getting.
mhm.
Like, it was like, wait, what? Like, yo, do you think we'll see the Mandalorian show up in this show? Or do you think he's going to be doing his own thing? Because the Book of Boba Fett definitely picks up where the Mandalorian left off with Boba, at least.
You know, it's hard for me to tell only
Yeah.
because I've never really read any of the Star Wars comic books. I own a couple, but
Mm,
like I know those Star Wars comics really kind of delve into the characters and kind of see a bigger piece of those characters compared to the movies and stuff like that.
yeah,
And they've done a lot
definitely.
for Boba Fett's character, I feel like, and just the Mandalorians and stuff like that in general. And I just don't know, like I just, I guess I feel like we could see the Mandalorian pop up in there.
Mhm.
But I think we're gonna start seeing a lot of characters that we've seen that we haven't seen, but loved in the first trilogy pop up, possibly.
Yeah.
Because this, like, the Mandalorian takes place after the Empire fell, um,
Mhm.
but before the First Order, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So I think
I believe
it's
so.
in a cool spot to see what's happening big picture with everyone else.
Yeah, I don't even know what this is gonna entail.
Hmm.
I believe it's 6 and or 9 episodes. I don't think
Hmm.
it's not the I don't think it's as long as any of the Mandalorian seasons are, and I think
Yeah.
most of those have like 9 episodes, I think, maybe
Hmm.
more, but I think 9 was like the cutoff point, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure this one has 6 since it is like a I don't this isn't a series that's going to be happening, I don't think, right?
Hmm.
This is just a limited series. So
Yeah.
like we get only the Book of Boba Fett one season, and then we go back to the Mandalorian.
Hmm.
And it's just to give I mean, yo, just to give him more depth. Like that's it. Just so we can care about his character even more when we come back to the Mandalorian.
I'm
And
excited,
I
man.
mean, look at his fit though. It just looks so good.
And there's a
I
lot
was
I still need to watch too because I haven't finished Rise of the Resistance. I haven't finished. Uh,
mm,
we haven't finished the Bad Batch yet. And there's a
oh
couple
yeah,
things that
that's true.
we need to finish watching to kind of see what happens, big picture with everything that's going on. That's canon. Um,
Yeah.
there's like 2 or 3 Star Wars shows that we still need to watch to kind of understand what's going on. But I think this is going to be a great show, and I think what the show is going to be able to show us and really kind of answer in terms of questions is going to be pretty phenomenal, and I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, definitely. And Tristan said it says original, not limited. Yeah, but when this was first announced, I'm pretty sure they had said it was going to be a limited series
Mm,
because I'm pretty sure that's what we announced when they first said this
hmm.
was going to be a thing because it was we're not getting the Mandalorian next like we're not next year we're not getting a season of the Mandalorian, we're getting Boba Fett instead, and then the next year after that we're not getting
Hmm.
a season of Boba Fett, we're just getting the Mandalorian again.
And maybe like this, like at the end of this show is going to bring us back to the Mandalorian. Like he
That's what
actually
I'm
ends up having
thinking.
to go back to him for
Hmm.
something, or um, with that said, it might be a situation where what? Because at the beginning of like the conception of this, they were like, let's just do a limited series. We don't know how well it's going to do. We don't know how people are going to react. If they're going to be excited for it or not. And sure enough, when it finally showed, I think they didn't
Hmm.
think they were going to get the praise that they thought they would for it. And in
Mm.
turn, now it's a possibility that what? If this show does good enough, we'll do a second series, a
Yeah,
second season. So, and
yeah.
I think that's probably what went down. Um,
And then if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, there's also been rumors that this series will have Luke Skywalker in it, if I'm not mistaken.
ooh, I wouldn't be
Uh,
surprised.
because of what we saw coming from the end of the Mandalorian.
Hmm.
And it picks up literally like there's no time jump or anything. So it
Hmm.
just picks up right there. So I'm pretty sure whatever we see in this is going to have really dope implications to the
Hmm.
Star Wars universe to come. I know the next movie that we get is going to be in the past.
Hmm. Yeah.
But still, to be able to build up on the lore that we've gotten from these books for years now, like
Hmm.
I think Star Wars has more books than anything does, because and more canon stuff than anything else as
Yeah.
well. Like, just
Yeah.
yeah, freaking crazy.
And it's not until now where like the Foundation and Dune are going to start coming into play here, and really kind of
Mhm.
start some competition. Because I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys have
like
watched The Foundation, but holy shit, that show is next level. It's on Apple
that show
TV.
is incredible.
Comes out every Friday. Where episode 4 just came out this week, uh,
Mhm.
and then Dune. Dune obviously is another series that I guess you could say was might even been inspired from The Foundation. Is going to be coming out
Mhm.
with its newest version of the film, which from what I hear they're going to try and make a whole trilogy, if not universe. So it's going to be awesome, man. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Dwight said that pick is dope. I need it as a shirt for sure. Definitely need that as a shirt, bro. That would be fire as a shirt. I would
um,
love to see that, yo. I think that would be. I think all the posters that they do should be shirts, all of them. Like the Loki had some of the best ones still, hands
mhm.
down. Like those were some of the dopest posters that we've seen. Uh, I
What if
like.
at the end of the season had some
Oh yeah,
amazing
what if
posters?
had some badass posters? Yeah, and I would love to see all of those as shirts
Hmm.
personally. Like I would love to have. I would have every single one on a shirt,
Yeah.
every single freaking one. Like no
Hmm.
cap.
Um, let's look at some of the comments. There was a comment that Tristan had made about Expendables 4. Did you like the Expendables? Have you watched?
I've seen
Yeah,
like the first two, I
yeah.
think.
They're
I
they're
don't
they're,
think
they're some
it was
cool
just.
action
I
movies.
don't think I ever got into it to
Yeah.
know what you know what I mean. Like I'd watched them, but I never watched them. It was just like,
Hmm.
oh, okay, this is
There are some
dope.
cool action movies for the time. And it's cool because
Mm.
they bring people that haven't been in Hollywood for
Oh
a
yeah,
while. Like Tristan was saying, we're gonna see Megan Fox, 50 Cent, and Andy Garcia be
yeah.
featured in Expendables 4. Um, for me, a lot. They're gory ass movies. They really are. With some really
Oh
awesome
really?
action. But for me personally, a lot of the CGI has not been there. In terms of like,
Oh.
sometimes I feel like I'm watching a movie on sci-fi, but it's a great movie on sci-fi, not like a cheaply made movie.
Oh,
You know what I
okay,
mean?
okay.
You know.
Yeah,
So it's like
I
a
definitely know
a
what you're saying.
solid B- movie. You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I could go
But
for a solid B minus, I guess.
But the cast looks stacked, man, and I'm probably definitely gonna. It's Expendables, so I'm definitely gonna check it out. I know a lot of people really check it out just because it's Expendables and like,
Hmm.
just the action that we're gonna see is gonna be insane. So that's gonna be
I'll
a good
definitely have to go check those movies out because I have not seen them.
time. But yeah, with that said, that brings our pop culture news update to an end. But
to finito.
we got some movies coming out this week, don't we, Sensei?
Oh yeah, we got some movies this week, yo. So we have oh snap, where'd it go? So we have Halloween Kills coming out
Hmm.
this Friday, The Last Duel,
Okay.
and Needle in a Time Stack. And
Ooh.
all
Okay.
of
Okay.
those movies look like they have a pretty good cast, to be honest. So I'm happy to watch them. I'm happy to see them. I think
Hmm.
the one that I'm most pumped for is The Last Duel. To be
Yeah.
completely honest,
Oh, bro,
Halloween
Halloween
Kills,
Kills.
I'm here for
Oh,
it, but yo, The Last Duel, yeah, I am
have you seen
super waiting for that, bro. Like I am super super duper waiting for The Last Duel, yo,
have you
because
seen the Halloween movies?
yeah, I've seen the Halloween movies,
Okay, have you seen
but I need that itch scratched from
the
where we were left off
Mhm.
from the Green Knight
Mm,
because
I feel it. I
that did
feel it.
not satisfy my
Yeah.
need for the medieval action that
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get from that. You know, it was a
Mhm.
great movie. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
bash on it by any means whatsoever, but I really, really want. I'm really pumped for this, and I mean we get Adam Driver and I can't think of
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, yeah, and Matt Damon. So I think it's gonna have some dope, dope, dope action, dope moments from actors, everything. I think that's gonna be great A, and I
Mhm.
think Halloween Kills is gonna be. as good as every other Halloween movie. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like not like I just think like Halloween Kills might get more in the box office. I'm not gonna lie, but I think the Last Duel is gonna like win freaking awards.
yeah. Okay, okay.
Like kind of like what we were talking about with the
Hmm.
Marvel not getting any awards of anything.
Hmm.
Yep, and Ben Affleck. That's right.
Yep.
Yep. So I'm definitely here for that one.
Hmm.
Oh, Tristan also said Jason Statham is getting a Expendables
Oh,
spin-off movie. That's awesome.
his character is actually pretty cool, so I'm actually kind of interested to see how that is.
Any movie Jason Statham gets put in, he almost immediately gets a spin-off series. Like, it's like,
Oh,
oh, man, you know what? Here's your own movie. Everyone loves you.
it's in his contract.
It's
It has to happen. Oh, you want me to be in Power Rangers? I'll be in Power Rangers, but I'm gonna get my own movie. I'm not a
exactly.
Power Ranger, but I'm getting my own movie.
I
But
think we need a new Power Ranger movie.
yeah.
Freaking rated R. No.
Oh look, Team Samurai. Thank you for being with us. We appreciate you. We'll, we'll catch you
Oh,
later, Team Samurai. I just saw
adios,
your
my
comment.
brother.
I
Have
apologize.
a good one. Bedrock, how you doing, man? How you feeling about the news, yo? Which one of those movies that we just announced as well
Oh,
are you guys most excited for?
speaking of Halloween Kills, an interesting article I read prior to
Hmm.
us going live. Uh, Apparently, people are pissed about a mass killing scene that is in Halloween Kills. Uh, Apparently, there's a group of firefighters, uh, or people within the firefighter industry, whether that be with their family. There's apparently like, yo, we don't appreciate the scene of you just killing an entire firefighter squadron. Okay, and that's something that we see in the trailers. Uh, but then I read the comments of that article, and like, because this is they're doing a petition to get it banned. Uh,
The movie?
yeah, and get that scene removed. Uh, but in the comments and in the article, they were like, "But the reality of this happening is like non-existent."
Yeah,
Uh,
bro, because they're always murdering thousands
yeah,
of police officers in movies all the
yeah,
freaking time.
and
Like,
it's a Halloween movie, like where a slasher film where like this is gonna happen. There's even a firefighter dude in there that was like, "Yeah, I'm seeing this movie because of that scene." Because I'm just like everyone I know is excited to see this movie because of that scene alone. Like like putting it in, like yo, like this is super cool and
That's,
like that's not something we always see on screen.
hmm.
And like yo, if I'm a firefighter, bro. Like yo, I gotta go show. I gotta see what I could have done differently to survive that interaction. I like I
Big
ain't dying.
facts.
Like I ain't dying like that. Like that's what I'm thinking. If you're a firefighter, right? Not like, oh, I feel disrespected. This we
Hmm.
need to get together or protest. Like what? I don't understand. I don't.
Yeah,
The
it's a
comments were
bunch of
roasting.
people that aren't firefighters mad.
Honestly, that's
Fire-
probably what's happened.
I'm just saying, like
But
everyone that's a firefighter does not care.
interesting thing to
Uh,
think about. I just happened to read it before we went live, and I thought it was interesting. Uh,
that's hilarious. Tristan said Paramount Pictures is developing a Power Rangers film. I think they developed the first one too, if I'm not mistaken,
mhm.
right? I think all of
I
them
wouldn't
is
be
their stuff.
surprised if they make a show too for Paramount Plus, and
I
that
mean,
might
we
be the
just
route.
need a good one. It needs to
Yeah,
be good.
because the first one wasn't bad. It was a cool. It
No,
was a good
it
movie.
was not bad.
It was a good
Power
movie.
Rangers was way better than Snake Eyes. Like no
Oh,
one can change
100%.
my opinion. Like
Yeah.
Snake
Yeah.
Eyes was
I
freaking
couldn't do it.
trash
I
compared to
could
yeah.
not deal with Snake Eyes. I'm sorry. I know there was people in the chat. They're like, "Yo, Snake Eyes was the shit," and I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I can't."
Y'all are tripping.
We love you guys and your opinions, but like, yo, I just
We
can't.
love you guys and your opinions, but keep this one to yourself.
I just
my,
can't do it.
my
Sorry.
man
I'm sorry.
Battery was tripping on everybody. He was like, "What? Best movie ever!"
I just couldn't do it, man. Snake Eyes. What? Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
don't know. I
yeah,
don't
you're
know. I don't know,
wild.
Tristan. I don't know.
Tristan
Okay,
always has weird opinions about stuff, yo.
I don't know, Tristan. I don't know.
Bedrock said, "I'm excited for the upcoming Marvel movies, but keeping my expectations low for No Way Home." That makes sense.
I
That
respect it.
makes
I
sense.
respect it
Mm.
because
But
I
you're
feel
wild
like
interesting. Not gonna.
going back to that Bedrock's kind of brings up a good point because all the hype, all the rumors, they're getting us really excited
Mm.
for Spider-Man. You
Yeah, you're
know,
right,
and
bro. You're
what's
right.
going to happen is we're not going to get anything like what we did there. And I'm talking about no Tobey Maguire, no Andrew Garfield, like no Sinister Six. It just happens to be uh uh
Like all that stuff is stuff that
Doc
happens like
Ock.
in the end of the movie. Like
Yeah. Like just like nothing that we think is happening is gonna happen. And if it happens, people are gonna be upset and they're like, oh, this is trash. We need to protest, remake the movie, like yeah.
yeah.
But I don't
Power Rangers 2017 was ass. Put it in the garbage can. Whatever,
okay,
bro.
wait. I'm
You're
not
not
gonna
even
say
old enough to know who the Power Rangers are.
what I will say is the movie definitely didn't meet my expectations, but it wasn't a
Mm.
terrible movie.
Yeah. No.
It was
Yeah.
a good like as a movie fan, I thought it was a good movie. As a Power Ranger
Hmm.
fan, I might have felt disrespected if I really think
Yeah.
about
A
it,
little bit. Yeah.
just a little bit. So I see where you're coming from, Tristan. But as like just from a
Snake
movie
Eyes was
standpoint,
ass, yo.
but I don't know.
Snake Eyes was terrible. That movie was so bad that they had to put the post credit scene in the trailer for it. Like that's how bad that movie was.
I
They
wonder
knew
why
it
they
was
did
like
that. Maybe they
because he
just didn't
wasn't going
even.
to be Snake Eyes enough in the movie. Like he
Maybe they
wasn't
didn't even think about putting in a post credit scene, and then uh Paramount or who are the people that made it? Was it Paramount?
whoever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was
They were
Paramount.
probably like, "Hey, yo, after they finish filming, you need to put an end credit scene in there because that then everyone's gonna know we're gonna get a sequel or like a bigger thing." And I think Tristan also made the comment earlier that we're possibly gonna see Transformers and uh, the GI Joe
Transformers,
come
GI
together,
Joe.
and that's
Yeah,
something we've talked about before. That's something we've really talked about wanting to see, and I think
yeah,
that would be next level Hollywood, really. Like when they start
exactly.
making crossovers like that,
Hmm.
I think we're going to see a huge popularity
Shift.
in those IPs, and I'm so excited for
Yeah.
that. But
Tristan, you in your opinion.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, bro. There's nothing. There.
I love the first two. I'm not gonna lie. I love the
Yeah, bro.
obviously there's
Like,
questionable things in the first two, obviously, but
but the entirety of Snake Eyes is questionable
it
from
just didn't
start
do
to
it for me.
finish.
You
It's
know
a
what? I
bad
think
movie, bro. It's
what
a
could
bad
have
movie.
happened for me
It's
was
a
that
bad
Snake Eyes
movie.
wasn't as violent as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
Like the move,
probably.
things that happen in the movie are are violent, but they were neutered for PG-13ness, if that makes sense.
If that
And
movie
like
was
if
Storm
it was
Shadow's
R,
movie, it would have been 1,000% better though, because we got more from Storm Shadow. I don't like the actor that they chose either. Like he was
yeah,
not doing
I
it
thought it
for
was
me,
pretty
bro.
cool.
He wasn't doing it for me. I didn't. It wasn't believable.
Oh,
Like
okay. This is a question, Tristan.
Storm Shadow was way better than Snake Eyes was.
Do
Like,
you
and it
like
was Snake Eyes movie.
do you like the Storm Shadow from the first two movies or the new one? Because that's a good point. I didn't even think
No,
about
I
that.
like the first one,
The
bro. I don't
first
like
one,
this.
I definitely like the first one better, but the second
Yeah.
one, the new one, isn't that bad for me either.
Oh wait. No, I like the. I don't. I really like both of them. To be honest, I thought we were
Because they
talking about
both
Snake
have really
Eyes.
cool
I like
qualities.
both of the Storm Shadows. Like, but
Hmm
the last Snake Eyes is way better than this one. Like this dude
hmm
just yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but oh yeah, and yeah,
yeah. Paramount owns everything.
yep. And I think one of the things that we talked about is all those three things coming together. And
Hmm.
that's something that they talked about, and we even reported on it.
Yeah, the Hasbro verse.
The Hasbro verse. It's going to be a real thing somewhere down the line, and it's not impossible. Obviously, that's going to be a super huge. Like that's like maybe within the next 10 years. I feel like that's something that's going to happen
Hmm.
because obviously they're still working on developing the Power Rangers, or they need to at least. They haven't done anything for a
Yeah.
while with Power Rangers. Um, they're starting to work on the GI Joe world, and Transformers are kind of redoing it. So, I
Yep.
think within the next 10 years, I think is a safe 10 to 15 years. I think we'll see all three of those things come together for the first time.
Yeah. And then it's just about, getting their Kevin Feige, so to speak,
Yeah.
and making sure they don't only rely on the people that create the movie to create the universe, because that's
Hmm.
what DC did. They relied on the people
And what
creating
Star
each
Wars movies
movie.
do.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, they rely
Look
on
what
each
happened.
person that's creating the
Yeah.
movie to just
Yeah.
alter what's going to happen in the
Hmm.
universe overall. And it's like, my G, like people just need to have like this is what's happening, but you can do whatever you want to make that, to get there,
Yeah.
to get to from point A to point B. But the
Hmm.
movie has to end on point B, like, and then
Yeah.
we'll just fill in like, but nah, that's not what be happening at all.
Yeah.
Everyone retcon, like one director won't like another director, and then he retcons what happened in his movie. To It's
Hmm.
like, bro, okay, like this isn't even for the sake of the story. This is just for you, like.
Hmm.
But hey, it is what it is.
Yep.
Everyone is trying to make their universes right now. My money is on Dune
It's the
being
play, man.
the next one. But not only Dune, there's something else that we were just talking about that is creating a universe of some type.
Foundation
I can't.
or
I can't even think. I don't even know. I don't even know. It's interesting.
I definitely think when the Hasbro verse is actually in a good spot and they actually start rolling it out, the only way Marvel and DC are going to be able to compete, in my opinion, is if they combine Marvel and DC. Because how do you compete with three of the biggest IPs in
Mm,
all of cartoon TV history? You got GI Joe, Power Rangers, Transformers.
yeah.
You know, uh, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how Hollywood shifts in terms of what we're going to be seeing. So, but yeah, Hasbro definitely needs to figure out, okay, who is going to be our man? Who's going to be our Kevin Feige? You know,
Yep.
and once they figure that out and figure out a mission or like the direction that they want to go, I think they're going to be good. But again, they need to have the central man or woman in charge to really kind of move it in the right direction and make sure everyone is under the same page creatively in a way that allows the directors to be creative with their own thing, but also not do stupid shit that like turns the direction we're supposed to go to the left or to the right.
Exactly.
And I think that's what we need more. What uh, Hasbro or Paramount just need in general. You know.
I agree, man. I know. I one thing I would want is like for one of these old things, like not old, but one of these side, not necessarily side, but like we need to get Umbrella Academy, Invincible, The Boys. We need something like that to come to the theaters so we can start a new,
Hmm.
like a new universe of
I don't think the boys will ever hit
everything.
the
You know what I mean? Of course not. But I'm
like that
saying
would that
something on
that's a
par.
that's an NC-17 rating right there. Like that's not even R. Like that's
Facts.
like
That shit that you can
oh, you
only
got a
do in
kid
a
with
TV
you? Get the
show.
hell out of here. You are not.
Yeah,
They are not coming to this theater. Like that's
for real,
that's
for real.
that's that's what the boys. I could definitely see. Um. You just said it, and I just lost the name.
Umbrella Academy, Invincible.
Invincible, and I could
Mm,
definitely see Invincible on the big screen though. I could
yeah,
definitely see that. Obviously, that's violent as hell, but I could definitely see that play out in the theater more so than I can the boys.
yeah.
But but yeah, man. With that said, that about brings an end to our pop
Everything.
culture news update for today. Uh, before we head out, please make sure to follow us on all of our social medias at Marvels23 on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and our YouTube channel. We post all of our content and much more.
That is right. And you can also check out our website, www.marvelbros.com, where we are live with this right now. And you can also join our Discord on our website, join the conversation. We always are having really good discussions in our Discord. You can also purchase merchandise on our website or donate to Marvel Bros to help everything that we do here for you guys.
Hmm.
We really appreciate you guys for tuning in to this pop culture news update, and we hope to see you guys the next time.
Yep. Catch you guys later.
Excelsior. Marvel Bros. Pop Culture News Updates are now available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. You can also watch Marvel Bros. Live every Sunday on Facebook.com, or you can watch them on YouTube where we upload regularly. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Marvel Bros 23 to keep up with all things Marvel and everything pop culture.